Hi there, it's Chevy. I wanted to just take a moment to wish you a happy new year, and I was thinking about making something special for my friends and my family just to kind of get us in the new year spirit. So I decided to go ahead and make some kombucha for them, and I thought maybe you might want to know how to make homemade kombucha for yourself. So first and foremost, I want to show you my favorite store-bought kombucha. It's the Synergy brand. I'm obsessed with this. This particular brand, you have to be over the age of 21 because there are trace amounts of alcohol in it, but it's like trace. You would have to drink, I don't even know how much to get drunk off of something like this, but it does have trace amounts. This is their newer formulation. They're both equally as good for getting your probiotic contents and just for making sure that you feel strong and healthy and happy every single day. But they can get expensive. So sometimes I do make my own kombucha at home. It's kind of a fun process and it's really, really, really easy. So I wanted to show you how we do it. First things first, you will need, let me go grab it. You will need a SCOBY. This is what a SCOBY looks like. This is my SCOBY hotel. They actually continually reproduce over and over again. So you'll want to have a vessel, a glass vessel preferably, that has the ability to hold a lot of extra SCOBYs, because you're gonna have a lot and you're gonna wanna give them to friends and family because it's the gift that keeps on giving. But you'll also wanna have a vessel that you're gonna make your new batch in. So I have several small jars that I'm gonna use this particular time so that I can give them away to friends or family. But this is my usual vessel that I use for my kombucha as it's being made. And then I have glass jars that I use so that I can have them stored in the fridge to drink and all of that good stuff. But anyway, so you'll need to get a SCOBY. You can get them online, or if you have a friend or a family member that already has one, I'm sure they're more than happy to give you one. So that's the first thing that you need. After that, you're gonna need at least a gallon of distilled water. Definitely don't use tap water. You want to use something that's distilled and from the bottle or the jar. You'll need tea. SCOBYs, their food of choice is tea. So you can use whatever flavor you want, whatever brand you want. I'm gonna go ahead with just a basic organic black tea. And you need sugar. And I know everyone's talking about sugar, saying you should never ever use sugar. Well, that's what SCOBYs eat. They eat the sugar. So don't worry, it's not gonna like really affect you in terms of your sugar content, but that is the food for the SCOBY. That's what makes you have that delicious, effervescent flavor, if you will. So let's get into the thick of it. The first thing you wanna do is you wanna take your water, you wanna go ahead and pour it into a very clean vessel. And I have some water boiling on the stove right there. You go ahead and you just let it boil. Then you add 1 big cup of sugar. Once you've added that cup of sugar, just use a wooden spoon, stir it around. Let it melt and integrate into the water. Then turn the heat off. Go ahead and add whatever tea you have. Choose your favorite tea, doesn't matter. I mean, you can use chamomile, green tea, whatever works for you. Go ahead and make it like a hot pot of sweet tea, like some Southern sweet tea. Once you've added in your tea bags, let it steep for, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depending on the strength of your tea and how you particularly like it. Remove the tea bags and then just let everything cool down. My biggest tip is to make sure that you cover your tea while it's sitting there. The last thing you want to do is have some creepy critter, some little fly or fruit fly, whatever it may be, piece of dust, fall into your vessel while you have your sweet tea brewing or just cooling down. So just make sure you use some sort of cover while you're in that process. I usually just use the top that I have that goes along with the pot that I'm using. So that's what I usually use. From there, you just wait for it to cool to room temperature. Once you have a room temperature or colder tea, because sometimes I will throw it in the fridge, I'm not gonna lie. Once you have that, you're good to go. All you have to do is you'll simply add 1 SCOBY to 1 gallon of sweet tea. It's gotta be room temperature though, otherwise you'll hurt and harm your little SCOBY baby. And then you just cover it. You want to cover it with something that's breathable. You can use a soft cloth. I use paper towel because it's just easy. And you'll tighten it with a rubber band. You never want to cover it with glass or something that is non-porous because SCOBY needs to breathe to do its work. So once you've completed that process, the last piece of the pie is just to wait. Wait 7 to 10 days. Taste it. If it tastes perfect, awesome. All you've got to do is throw it in some jars, put it in the fridge, and you're good to go just like you would with any other kombucha that you have. Option number 2 is to have a vessel where you're actually able to continue to drink your kombucha directly from the vessel. That's another really, really awesome option. But most importantly, you're gonna wanna be able to stop the process of the brewing. So that's when you're gonna wanna remove the kombucha SCOBY from the tea. So you just wanna separate them. That's when your SCOBY hotel comes into play. Remove that SCOBY, place it into another vessel where you keep a home, and every time you brew a new one, there's gonna be a new SCOBY for you, for your friends, for your family. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I will throw up some pictures so that you can see the process and how it goes. If you have questions, just let me know. I'm Chevy, thanks so much. Mwah. See you soon.